on, guys? I'm here in Richmond, Virginia at the Badass RVA gym with my guy, Dylan Shannon. So if you're unfamiliar with Dylan, you must not be on social media. Dylan, for the uninformed, can you give a quick little bio on yourself?
Yeah, I'm stoked to be on the channel, stoked to train with John. It's gonna be a fun leg day. So my name is Dylan Shannon. I'm 27. I used to be a strength and conditioning coach, used to play rugby. Now I've kind of do social media full time. Honestly, I just lift myself training. I do a lot of like powerlifting, but also bodybuilding elements, and just enjoy lifting weights and throwing it down. So super stoked for this collab.
Yeah, so Dylan's strong, he's jacked, he's got like 300,000 followers on Instagram, so he's been killing it on that side of things. He was on the podcast. This video is probably dropping a little bit before the podcast episode comes out, so stay tuned for his episode. We dive into the social media side of the career path. But in the meantime, we're gonna get in here, we're gonna crush a big leg day. So we're gonna start off with some leg curl, leg extension. We're gonna get into the pendulum squat, leg press. We're gonna hit one more hamstring before finishing off with some stiff leg deadlifts. Load that bar up, see what we can do here. It's been far too long since I've done real deadlifting. Now we're gonna do stiff legs, so you know, we'll see what we get up to, but finish off a little good girl, bad girl. Now, if you've been following me, you know I'm running a weekly undulating periodization training model, rotating between high rep, moderate rep, low rep weeks. This is my moderate rep week. So all the exercises are gonna be in the 8 to 12 rep range, about 2 sets per exercise, but freaking sending it as heavy as possible, getting right to the brink of failure on every working set that we're doing in that 8 to 12 rep range. So I'm trying to beat the logbook. We're gonna load some weight up and eviscerate our legs. So let's get after it.
Let's go. Dope.
A little trick of the trade, if you're supersetting exercises, you wanna keep your territory marked. Intra shake, leave it on the machine that you're not using, keep your territory marked, and then I just bring that thing back and forth with me. Got the gym bag parked in the other machine, marking me. Got my intra drink right here, so we're covered. Most important piece in the toolbox, the gym pin. Put a little bit of extra plate weight on this leg curl. So if you have you've heard me talk on it, if you have a stack in a machine that you're too strong for, get one of these, no affiliation with them, just go on Amazon, get a gym pin. You can put as many plates as you can fit on there, put a clip on, you take that weight stack, you make it a hell of a lot heavier. Intra nutrition, as always. I've got about 200 grams of intra carbs in this session. 2 liters of coconut water, 2 scoops of Troponin Supplements Field Rations, a scoop of Carb Blend. We're gonna be carved up and juicy. Just one note, you know, I think a lot of people when they're training leg curl, leg extension, it's like a half-ass throwaway movement. I mean, you just watched us. Like, we smoked ourselves. on a leg curl leg extension. So like, don't underestimate the effort and intensity that you could put into a simple isolation movement, and how much more weight you probably still have in you if you're considering these easy exercises.
Yeah, I think just approach it hard. Also, like doing like the pre-exhaust or like this isolation before a compound, like my mind muscle connection's so good right now. Like, I mean, obviously the squats, I'll probably not be able to go heavy as I typically would, but I'm really excited like for that feeling.
Yeah, and I kind of prefer that. Like, we're a little bit pre-fatigued in the legs, so it'll force us to go a little bit lighter on the squats, which a little less like central fatigue from going super heavy on the big compound. Maybe this takes off 10% of what we could do if we did it fresh. But we're still gonna be training them close to failure, getting a great stimulus, but at a slightly safer, less overall taxing load on the bar.
Knees are warming up.
Yeah, exactly. Another 6-7 versus normal human machine. Let's feel smooth. So good piece here. We'll load this up. Send, I got the magnet mics loaded up in the shirt. Long ass legs and pendulum squats are not friends, but great way for me to grow the quads. I've always been a posterior chain dominant guy. You know, 700-pound back squatter, getting most of it out of my glutes, adductors, low back. Get into a machine like this, it's all quad, these long ass legs, humbled. So, Dylan, this might be one that you beat me on today. We'll see. Let's go. Perfect. Oh, that's smooth. You got 80. So nice. Don't let the bar slow down. Speed. All right, finish. Go. You got one more.
Six. You got two more. Come on, big dog. Let's go, big. Here, you got this.
Music bed.
Let's go, just get it.
Lock it out.
Not touching it.
That is RPE 0. Okay, that, guys, that is actually no reps in the tank, okay? Right at the brink of failure. That is a textbook definition. I'll try to get a certain number of working sets for the muscle group.
Okay, that's what you're looking for.
And
are you looking for a weekly amount of volume per muscle group? Okay.
So right now, I'm doing 12 working sets of quads. So in this day, I'm gonna get 6 of those 12. 2 leg extension, 2 pendulum, 2 hip press. And I like to kind of just divide it up that way. I could do 3 and 3, but there's a little bit of just some nuances to the stimulus, targeting different parts of the musculature.
So you would prefer like more exercises, less sets as opposed to, or at least this current block?
Generally speaking, now, you could get excessive with that. I'm not gonna do 1 set of 6 quad exercises. You know what I mean? So I try to do like 1 isolation, 2 compounds, usually. Now for certain muscle groups, I might have more or less total volume. Like for my back, I'm only doing 6 sets a week because my back is like ceilinged out basically. Like it's my best body part. I'm probably not gonna add much more tissue to it. Whereas my legs, I'm doing double the volume because I'm really trying to bring them up.
What's the most amount of volume you're due? Is 12 kind of your limit typically?
Calves, I'm doing 15 sets. They're a little bit more resilient to volume.
Bicep calf.
Yeah.
Do a little more.
Now, if you're doing like sub-maximal training, you know, if you're doing sets of 8, sets of 12, RPE 8, I would do more sets. I would do 4 sets of 8 on an exercise, 4 sets of 12.
But if I do like every set like that, weekly volume wise,
Your recoverability, you will hit a ceiling where you're no longer getting a stimulus, you're just digging a recovery ditch. So for most body parts, if you're going past 15 sets in a week, you're going beyond what you can do. All right, good news, quads are done. In other news,
hamstring curl.
we still got a hamstring and stiff leg and good girls and bad girls.
Halfway through.
Dylan informed me he's not been a connoisseur of the hip adduction and abduction machines. That's gonna change.
I'm gonna learn today.
We're gonna get them hips cracked wide open and get those adductors working. Those watermelon crushers and squeeze them.
Familiar with that machine?
I've got my notes section right here. So Tuesday, I've got all the exercises from the previous week, what the exercise was, what the weight was, how many reps I got. So when I cycle back to that given week, it's moderate rep week. So I go to my previous moderate rep week. What did I do in the hip press? 7 plates for 10. Okay, I'm gonna bump it to 7.5, get a minimum of 8. Log that. So when I cycle back to this week again in 3 weeks, I'll know I need to beat 7.5 for 12 or 8 plates for 10. Gives me an objective way to continue progressing. And I know if those numbers are going up, up, up over time, the tissue is improving with it. Wait till you feel like the hammies are gonna be super pumped and full. So when we get to that stiff leg deadlift, you feel that big stretch in them, it's gonna be gnarly. I very rarely stray from the diet, but I've got a free meal each week. I think I'm gonna hit Cracker Barrel on the way home. It's just long car trips, interstate Cracker Barrel. Yeah. It's just, that's the OG for me.
Virginia, North Carolina.
Yeah. The scale of my rep range goes down a little bit. Okay. So for moderate reps for me on the deadlift, I shifted to 6 to 8 reps.
Okay.
So like my low rep week, it's usually 3 or 4 is the goal. Moderate rep, 6 to 8, and then on the high rep, like 8. You know, pulling 5 plates, it's not a lot when I've, best ever deadlift 825, but stiff leg deadlifts at the very end of a grueling leg day, it's a little bit of a different ball game here. So solid work. We're gonna wrap it up on the good girl, bad girl machine, put the cherry on top of this workout. Highly underrated machines, by the way. Guys, if you're not training your adductors or hitting the bad girl machine, hitting the lateral glute, you're leaving gains on the table. You'll see how we attack this thing. We're gonna load it up heavy.
I'm leaving gains on my table, I'll be telling you.
Well, I'm about to baptize you on the good girl machine. If you haven't trained these before, train them one day. You will never be more sore than that ever in your life.
I'm stoked.
Up in here. But you'll quickly get immensely stronger on it. Like you will have crazy newbie gains. All right, guys, we just wrapped up a hell of a leg day. So, I mean, we were talking about it like on paper, doesn't look that crazy. 2 sets leg extension, 2 sets leg curl, 2 sets pendulum squat, but just like the intensity, going heavy as possible, 8 to 12 reps to the brink of failure where you're freaking shaking on the last rep. That's a brutal day.
That's a damn good day. Exactly. Like, it's like, the simpler the workout, I feel like the better. It's just the intent is what you got to bring. And also having a good training partner, like, with good cues to kind of remind you as you're going throughout.
That's the other thing, like, I mean, I know you train solo mostly, I train solo mostly, just having another dude like pushing you, like on the pendulum squat, I see you do 5 plates, I'm like, well, fuck it, I'm doing 5 plates now too. I wouldn't have done 5 if it wasn't for you. And then I was just both pushing each other. We get guaranteed I lifted more weight and hit more reps than had I done this solo.
And also learning, like, I've never used that machine before. That's gonna be in the arsenal from here on out. I never usually do like pre-fatigue before I squat. Yeah. I absolutely love that. So it's like, that's the beauty of training with somebody. There's so many, everyone does something differently. Everyone has different experiences. You can always learn with their team. So that was awesome.
Well, we're gonna throw down some carbs. We are about to answer some Q&A. People sent them into my Instagram the other day. So we're gonna post that on a separate video. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna sit down, answer your guys' questions. So in the meantime, where can people find you at?
So find me, Dylan Shannon, on pretty much every platform. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. I post a lot. I post twice a day on Instagram. I essentially do a training vlog every day on YouTube. So if you're interested in more, check it out. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, so follow Dylan on IG, subscribe to his YouTube channel, check out his episode on my podcast, dropping soon in a few weeks here. Then you guys, if you're liking the content here, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, all that good stuff. It just helps the channel grow. And then if you want more of me, you can go to my website, hammerchiselperformance.com, coaching services, ebooks, training programs, find me on Instagram, all that good stuff. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Dylan, hell of a lift, bro.
Great lift.